Well, we are slowly entering the so-called off-season, but for travel. But things are changing very fast for people planning to get away. Regardless of when you plan to travel, joining us now to tell us more is Peter Greenberg, travel editor for CBS News and friend of the stream. Thank you for streaming with us again today, Mr. Greenberg, joining us from Prague, Czechoslovakia. Or is it not just the Czech Republic?
It is the Czech Republic.
The Czech Republic. Okay, duly noted and duly self-corrected. I don't always get that in time. So thank you, Mr. Greenberg, for being here. My first question is for the people who haven't purchased plane tickets yet, but plan to do so. Delta Airlines is changing how their loyalty and frequent flyer program works. I don't know if those involve their miles, etc. It seems like the airlines just love trifling with these things. Like, I mean, a mile doesn't ever mean a mile anymore. And it's going to be harder to actually get some of these travel benefits that are quite popular for Delta, including like the Sky Lounge. Can you unpack Delta's decision making here and, you know, how anti-consumer it is really, and are others going to follow suit?
Well, let's go back to the days of the frequent flyer program when it began in 1981. It was a loyalty program, and frequent flyer meant just that. How many flights you took, how many miles you flew, basically translated into what your status was on the airline. Were you a million miler? Were you a 500,000 miler? And you got status based on that. The airlines a couple of years ago went to a fare-based program where the miles that you earned were really based on what you spent for your ticket. In the old days, if you had a discounted ticket and you flew 2,500 miles, you still had 2,500 miles. Today, if you're on a discount ticket and you fly 2,500 miles, you may only get 600 miles. So they made it harder to earn the miles, and at the same time, they made it harder to redeem them. What they've done recently, and these changes will take place at the beginning of next year, is they've turned it into, it's not how many flights you take or how many miles you fly, it's how much money you spend. So, for example, if you want the minimum lowest tier status on Delta Airlines as of January 1st, you're going to have to spend a minimum of $75,000 on their co-branded credit cards. And if you want the highest tier level, which is their Diamond Medallion status, that's $350,000. That's just the beginning here. You're seeing a lot of people getting angry about this and wondering whether there's any value in the frequent flyer programs at all. And then there's their lounge issue. You know, Delta Airlines was offering lounge membership if you had, for example, an American Express Platinum card. A lot of people signed up for the card just to get that privilege. Go out to an airport, Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, New York, at let's say 6 o'clock in the morning when people are getting there for their 8 o'clock in the morning flights. And you'll often see lines of up to 90 people outside the lounge unable to get in. There are capacity issues. You may remember the old Groucho Marx line, I would never join a club that would have me as a member. How about a club that would have you as a member and they won't let you in anyway? Right. So it sort of defeats the reason why you joined the club in the first place. So you're seeing a lot of folks right now angry at Delta, and angry, by the way, at American Airlines, which has gone to a how much you spend program as well.
Yeah. So you're telling me 75 grand annually to just be on the lowest end?
Now, you can also earn miles by flying, but the only way you're going to keep that status is if you spend the money. And this is getting a little scary for people. That's not why they joined the program. So, you know, very few people fly as much as I do. It does not matter anymore. It's about how much money you spend.
So, I mean, now the question is do you just rip up all those cards? Because they were giving away miles, especially during the pandemic. 70,000 miles if you sign up for their card. That got so many people to sign up. Now they're worthless.
Well, I won't say they're worthless, but they're devalued to the point where you might want to consider getting a cash back card, because at least that's a tangible asset. Even if you're only getting 1 or 2% back on your purchases, it's money you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, and if the travel guy's telling you to get a cash back card versus a miles card, that tells you something. All right, Mr. Greenberg. So even if you do buy these tickets without the benefits, you might start to see your lodging options start to dwindle. This is fascinating. From New York City to Florence and Vienna, cracking down on short-term rentals like Airbnb. That's just one name brand example. First off, why? And is this Is it still a viable option, this, kind of rent by day, rent a place for a week? Or are we really starting to see the tide turn? And why? Is it tax revenue? Is it like the hotels and motels are like, we don't want this, let's fight back? What's going on here?
Well, it's still a viable option. Lots of people love Airbnb. They love VRBO, vacation rental by owner. But the responsibility here really is us, so that you just don't make a reservation online. You need to have a conversation with the host or the owner to get to a mutually agreeable definition of terms, not just in terms of what the place actually looks like or where it's really located, so that if they say it's close to transportation, but they don't mind telling you that maybe it's a 20-mile walk, but it gets into other things as well. We talked about hotel fees in other shows that we've done, like resort fees. Here's a situation where Airbnb, we're seeing some Airbnbs that are hitting people with like a $300 cleaning fee, which wasn't necessarily disclosed at the time they made the rental. So it all gets back, whether you're renting a hotel room or an Airbnb or a VRBO, you have to have a conversation followed up with an agreement in writing, confirming that conversation with the hotel, the host, or whoever is renting to you, or you could be in line for a big disappointment.
Okay, so this is kind of about upping the regulation so there's kind of an even playing field in ways. This summer has been absolutely brutal for some of the most sought-after travel destinations. Devastating fires in Maui, Greece, earthquakes in Morocco and Turkey. Despite what's happened, we still, you want to go to these places, but should we? There's like some ethics here, like Maui doesn't want to see us right now, but if we want to help Maui, Greece may, what do you think when you think of kind of ethical traveling?
Well, the first thing we have to do is get situational awareness. Hawaii is not closed. Only the western part of Maui is closed. You're looking at a state that depends entirely on travel and tourism for its GDP. It's an economic driver. It's a job creator. There are people out there who've lost not just their homes, but their source of income. And they need your help. So there's a way to do this responsibly. It gets back to having a conversation again. Call the hotel. Make sure the hotel has room for you, because in many cases, hotels are actually housing employees who lost their homes. Then figure out a way that you can also give back while you're there. It's not just about being on the beach with a pina colada. And there are so many different ways you can go have a great vacation, support the economy, and give back at the same time. This applies not just to Hawaii, but it applies to Greece. Now, in areas in Morocco, if you take a look at the situation there, Marrakesh is okay, relatively speaking. It's the places outside of Marrakesh, the villages, the small towns, that really are at risk and have the most damage. In Libya, that's a situation where you just want to be able to donate as much money as you can. We're talking about a death toll that could exceed 20,000, and that's what they know. So, but for popular vacation destinations, it's not just a double-edged sword. If you do the responsible way, have the conversation, talk to the people on the ground, ask how you can help, and also be there, you might be pleasantly surprised to find out they do want you there.
That's interesting. Interesting thought. Ethics and traveling, not just go there to sip a pina colada, but also maybe give back. Peter Greenberg, friend of the stream, CBS News travel editor, thanks for being with us, and we appreciate you joining us from the Czech Republic. Thank you, Mr. Greenberg.
You got it.